Hello dear viewers, this is a special segment broadcast from our channel, bringing you hot news, dramatic developments and surprises from the shocking TV series, Beyond the Gates. If you have followed the previous episodes, you will definitely not be able to miss what is about to be revealed. Because everything is turning around quickly after an event that seemed to have ended, but in fact was just the beginning of an underground storm. The car accident that made Jacob seem to have disappeared from this world forever has now become the center of controversy. And his return at the Dupree family party has turned everything upside down in a way that no one could have expected. That night, the Dupree family's magnificent mansion shines like a gem in the middle of the luxurious Maryland suburbs. The upper class, the powerful figures of the community, the wealthy businessmen, politicians and carefully selected social relations all gathered to raise their glasses with this family. The party was prepared as a display of power and wealth, where every detail was taken care of, from the lighting, music to the costumes of the guests. But in that lavish setting, no one expected that an unexpected appearance would turn the splendid night into a nightmare for its owner. Jacob, who everyone believed had died after a car accident, suddenly appeared at the threshold. His footsteps were slow but firm, his cold eyes made the whole room fall into silence. People were stunned not only by that miraculous return, but also by Jacob's strange aura. He was no longer the gentle, easygoing man they had known, but carried a mysterious air, an unpredictable energy, as if he had touched the buried truth and was determined to expose it to the light. When the glass of wine in Kat's hand shook violently, when Chelsea struggled to hide her panicked eyes, when Madison clenched her lips to control herself, and when Allison just silently observed with a probing gaze, Jacob spoke. He said that he remembered everything. That accident was not a random incident, not fate or carelessness. It was the product of a conspiracy. And the most terrible thing was that the person behind that conspiracy was not a stranger, but a member of this family, someone everyone knew and thought they could trust. The bustling room suddenly became a battlefield in silence. Every eye began to suspect each other, every gesture, every breath became potential evidence. Kat fell into a spiral of fear at the thought that what she tried to hide could now be exposed. Madison worried that her position was threatened, that all the plans for power she had drawn up would be at risk of collapsing if Jacob publicly named the mastermind. Chelsea hid her trembling, but her heart was pounding, because she knew better than anyone that any confession from Jacob could drag her into a spiral of guilt. Allison, wise and discreet, thought differently. The truth could become a weapon for her to exchange for an advantage in this power game. But Jacob did not simply return to denounce. He sowed the seeds of doubt, letting the guilty reveal themselves through actions and expressions. He looked at each person with a penetrating gaze, each word like an invisible knife cutting into their pride. And his silence after the announcement made the atmosphere even more suffocating. Every member of the Dupree family now became the subject of scrutiny, and the fragile unity that had been there for so long began to crack. Since that party, the Dupree family has not been as peaceful as before. On the outside, they still maintain the image of a rich and powerful family. But behind closed doors, each individual falls into a spiral of suspicion and calculation. Kat tries to approach Jacob to understand what he really knows, but fears that he may target her. Madison begins to mobilize political and financial connections to prepare for the worst. Chelsea, in her insecurity, increasingly loses control and makes actions that make others more suspicious. Allison quietly watches everything, ready to take advantage of this chaos to turn the balance of power. Not only did the news of Jacob's return spread within the family, it also spread to the wider community. Businessmen, politicians, and the media began to gossip and question the transparency of the Dupree family. The perfect image they had built over the years began to crumble, and their hidden opponents now took advantage of this opportunity to attack. Rumors arose that the family was not only hiding personal plots, but could also be involved in behind-the-scenes economic and political tricks. Jacob increasingly proves that he is not a helpless victim, but a survivor who holds the truth that could bring down the empire. He appears calm at social events, but his innuendos always make people uneasy. No one knows when he will go public, and no one is sure that they will not be called out. From an accident that seemed to have ended, an underground war has officially begun, where the truth is the most dangerous weapon and trust becomes a luxury. The Dupree family is now at a crossroads, either find a way to control Jacob, or have his glamorous curtain torn apart by him. In the following days, each character has their own path. Kat seeks allies but falls into a spiral of suspicion. Madison plans to eliminate Jacob again but faces the risk of being exposed. Chelsea becomes increasingly unstable, easily becoming a weak point for others to exploit. And Allison gradually becomes the most unpredictable factor as she both observes and waits for the right moment to strike. Everyone knows that once Jacob decides to reveal all his memories, no one can maintain their previous position. And the biggest question still hangs over their heads: who is behind that accident? How much does Jacob really know, and when will he play this card? When the truth is revealed, it will not only destroy an individual but can bury an entire family, dragging the entire community into an unprecedented scandal. The story continues, the secrets remain, and the audience certainly cannot take their eyes off each episode. This is just the beginning of a series of dramatic events waiting ahead, where life, death, power and truth are intertwined like a cunning chess game. Please continue to follow our channel so as not to miss any developments of Beyond the Gates. We will continue to update the secrets, shocks and hidden truths as quickly and completely as possible. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to the channel to always be the first to grasp the hottest and most dramatic news.